Hey everyone, welcome to the Everyday Human Podcast. My name is Easton Taverna. Each day I'll share a reflection written by me and inspired by literature, poetry, music, movies, video games, and more. And after that, I'll share a prompt for you to write your own reflection. Together, we'll explore what it means to be human. Every month, we'll walk a new path, taking a look at life, death, the universe, and everything in between. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. For more, visit eastontaverna.com or join me on Instagram at _everydayhuman. Hello, everyone. It's March 28th. This reflection is titled, Do You Believe the Old Lie? And it was inspired by the poem Dulce et Decorum Est by Wilfred Owen. And what a poem this is. Wilfred Owen was an English poet and soldier. He's considered one of the leading and one of the most influential poets of World War I. He's known for his raw and realistic depictions of war, really challenging the romanticized views of it, and exposing the horrors and violence and inhumanity of it, in particular to World War I, the trenches and gas warfare. He was born in 1893 and died at the young age of 25. In 1918, just 1 week before Armistice Day. He was killed in action. I read this poem first in high school. It was one of those where the entire classroom went silent as the teacher read it. It stuck with me ever since, and it's quite powerful on so many levels. Owen was a very interesting person as well, and I've been learning a bit more about him as I was getting back into some of his poetry for this book, and I think I'm going to probably have to seek out a biography on him next. His poetry is wonderful, haunting, powerful, and timeless. Give it a read if you are unfamiliar with his work. And here's the poem Dulce et Decorum Est. Bent double, like old beggars under sacks, knock-kneed, coughing like hags, we cursed through sludge, till on the haunting flares we turned our backs, and towards our distant rest began to trudge. Men marched asleep. Many had lost their boots, but limped on, bloodshod. All went lame, all blind, drunk with fatigue, deaf even to the hoots of gas shells dropping softly behind. Gas! Gas! Quick, boys! An ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time. But someone still was yelling out and stumbling and floundering like a man in fire or lime. Dim through the misty panes and thick green light, as under a green sea I saw him drowning. In all my dreams, before my helpless sight, he plunges at me, guttering, choking, drowning. If in some smothering dreams you too could pace behind the wagon that we flung him in, and watch the white eyes writhing in his face, his hanging face like a devil's sick of sin, if you could hear at every jolt the blood come gargling from the froth-corrupted lungs, obscene as cancer, bitter as the cud, of vile incurable sores on innocent tongues. My friend, you would not tell with such high zest to children ardent for some desperate glory the old lie. Dulce et decorum est, pro patria mori. All right, that's the poem. It's incredible and tragic. And that last line, Dulce et decorum est, pro patria mori, is Latin for, it is sweet and fitting to die for one's country. So that's the old lie. And here's my reflection. The textbooks you read as a kid in school would have you believe there was always a good side and a bad side throughout history. One side with glory, one with shame. One with honor, and one with disgrace. The government and news outlets would have you believe the same. So too with action and war and superhero movies that are first played before your eyes as a young child over and over until you perceive them as truths dressed in bright colors with epic music. As if this binary notion is clear as the difference between high, noon, and midnight, and not the murky blending of dark and light that comes with dusk and dawn. You and people from every country on earth are told that it is the others you must be wary of. And why not? We are tribal creatures by nature, but there comes a point when rationale must interrogate instinct, no? You are told that if it comes down to it, you should fight and die for the glory and honor of your country. And if you do not fight, you should at least praise and venerate those that do. You are told to offer the one thing that is truly yours in this world, your life, so that borders may be maintained or expanded. Trade agreements can be written. Minerals can be acquired. Oil can be bought and sold. Vengeance can be exacted. And so that certain gods can be imposed over others. And typically at the behest of one man or a few. But do they tell you of the torture or brutal ends you might meet by bomb, bullets, fire, chemical, or other? Do they show you the face of those young humans crying and dying in foreign lands, far from their parents and friends and homes? No. They do not show you the guttering, choking, drowning youths. Because why would they, when they could instead tell you it is sweet and fitting to die for one's country? Though herein lies the question. Do you believe the old lie? And there ends today's reflection. So in your journal, on your napkin, or while looking out the window or taking a walk, consider the following reflection question. Well, do you believe the old lie? If so, why? Or is it not so black and white? And that's it for March 28th. I'll be back tomorrow, March 29th, with another reflection. Have a good one, and take care.